Hello, Leo. Welcome to your June 2018 overview reading. This is good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Leo. So, in order to save time, I just drew this ahead of time so that you guys don't have to sit and watch me do it, but I'll pull all of the others in front of you. So, this reading I did base off of, or this spread, I should say, for all of the signs, I based off of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't have as many layers in the pyramid, but you'll get the gist of it once I get started. And I'll explain all of that to you. And then I also wanted to give a huge shout out to those of you who work with me and get readings from me and work with me one-on-one. You guys are what make this channel possible, and I absolutely appreciate you. So big thank you to all of you who have been working with me. Okay, and so let's go ahead and get started. I have an Affirmators, like a little affirmation card. These are kind of silly, so I hope you enjoy this. First, we have divine timing. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. So releasing the control aspect, more of the fixation on the when and how things happen. If things are coming together, it just may not look the way you want it to, and that's okay. It's just about kind of being in acceptance of the time and that's working for you, not against you. It's, as somebody with plenty of fixed energy, I can tell you that that's easier said than done, but do your best, right? That's all you can do. And then the truth bomb for you, listen closely to everyone. So normally I give advice that counters this. Like if you're getting too much advice from the peanut gallery, then it can make things really muddy, and you don't always want that. But what this is saying is something more to the effect of listen to the patterns that are coming up, that are being reflected to you. Is there the same thing that keeps coming up over and over and over when you have conversations with people? Is there a nudge that you keep getting? This is about listening to the consistencies that are showing up. Whether they come through people or through yourself or through whatever you like to work with in a meditation, whatever you have going on. And then the spirit animal that you guys have this month is beaver. You're building, you're getting a lot done. This is the work hard animal. You know, think about the massive structures that beavers are able to create, and that is what you're in. That's your mode this month. So you can trust that even if it doesn't feel like that, because sometimes it feels like, oh, I'm not going anywhere, or I'm not building anything. You are. There's a lot of movement forward in the infrastructure of what your big picture vision is. Okay, so the way that this works is the bottom row is both your primal needs. I combined them because it would have been too big. So your primal needs, food, water, and then safety, shelter, all of those physiological needs, your health, you know, are you breathing? Are you being fed? Things like that. So first we have Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and receiving. So when it comes to like money and you know, your well-being, it's like input, output. Really think about things that way. The energy you pour into yourself, the greater your health and well-being is going to be. The more money, or excuse me, the more energy you pour into work or cultivating that resource, you know, the more growth you're going to see in that area. So it's just about look at what you're giving and what you're receiving, as well as your worthiness around receiving. That's a big one that you want to look at. Eight of Pentacles, work, right? So making sure that you are taking adequate time to work for it. What are the big things that you want? Ask yourself, what your big picture goals are, and like how are you making those happen through the energy that you're giving. Okay, so if you need more money, then look at, how can I make that happen? Or do I need to make a change? This looks like it's where your energy is going that is going to make the biggest difference in what type of abundance you're receiving. Okay? And so both generosity and the effort in conjunction are really going to light your resources on fire in a good way. Like it's going to amplify their growth and expansion. Then we have the Magician. So making sure you're taking care of what I call the back end energetics, right? The front end, so to speak, is more of the tangible, the material world, and what you're doing on the day-to-day level, what you're doing at work, what you're doing at home, all of that makes a difference. But this is the back end, like the unseen. This is more of the internal work, the belief systems behind it, the visualization of it, the belief in the possibilities of what you can create for yourself. That is coming to the forefront as well in terms of resources. And finally, the Hanged Man. I already touched on this. What are you doing day by day? What are the little habits? And think about, what kind of resources do you want? The little habits are going to create a compound effect that are going to either support you or put you in a position where you're struggling. So, like if you're throwing time away or if you're, not putting energy in the right areas. And for some of you, honestly, if you need physical energy, then where you might need to put that is rest. That could be the case. It might be that, that's the resource that you're tapped out on and you might need to take a break, so make sure that you're applying this to what you want. It's not just you have to work more to make more money. It's just looking at what you want to grow, and then what are your daily decisions communicating about what you want. Okay, now this is the area of intimacy, connection, romantic relationships, partnership, as well as family and friends. So any, just lumping all together the connection and intimacy piece. First, we have the Knight of Wands. It looks like this is giving you energy. This isn't something that's going to deplete you. The people that you have around you right now are supportive. So the friends, the family that you're around, your partner, these are contributing to an increase in your energy. So that looks really good. It actually seems like you're going to be more in, this looks more social to me, like wanting to get out and using the connections that you have to recharge your battery. And then we have, Three of Cups, getting out there, having fun, celebrating with friends, making time to hang out with people is great for you right now. It's going to add so much. It really, really is. It's going to make you feel more supported. It's going to make you feel more energized. And I would say that's even true for those of you who tend to be more introverted. Especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, coming into June, it's like, it's sunny all the time. There's more to do, or not all the time, but, it's just about kind of tapping into the energy of summertime, or, I know that some of you are going to be in the wintertime if you're in the southern hemisphere. And that's also a time to come together and nest, have fun, enjoy the, I kind of call it the nesting period, like packing in for the winter. That is also a time to celebrate and connect and enjoy people as well. So really use that to your advantage. It seems like you're going to have more opportunities to do that in June. So spend time with people that you care about and that you want the connection to flourish with. And then finally, we have Three of Wands. Good things coming in. It's I know that's kind of an abstraction, but what I would say about this is you've been working a lot. You've been doing hard work, whether that be emotionally or through the work that you do in the world, whatever your version of that is. This is about kind of seeing all of those things come in, looking at the horizon and being like, okay, the landscape looks good. I think that, you know, this is giving me something to work with. That's ultimately what's happening in your relationships, is you're able to just look out and see how much goodness you have coming into your life. Now, this is more of the position of the ego, right? So this is, you know, what type of respect are you receiving from others? How do you feel as an individual on the planet? I see this more as like the ego level of consciousness. This is more primal. And then up top is the spirituality, the higher self, or self-actualization. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups. This is the card of soulmates. By that, I'm not talking just about a romantic soulmate. That's not what I'm saying. It's about the way that you are connecting, and the way that you are being received by others is through the purest form of yourself. I'm gonna light another candle. I kind of like having them lit because it holds space for the reading and kind of keeps it clear and grounded. But anyway, this is about, you know, your inner child. The things that are being resolved within yourself are starting to show up in the way that people receive you ultimately, and the way that people are showing up for you. And it's also saying that you're going to feel more aligned and more, God, this keeps coming up for a lot of signs. Like, you're feeling like yourself, like the purest version of yourself. It's much different for you guys because this is also being reflected by the quality of connections that you have in your space. You know, if things have been all work, no play, or if things have felt really dreary, it seems that you're kind of being taken back to a time when you really have to shed the attitudes that have brought on anything that makes you jaded. Like, all of that is being broken down. And so, you know, this is the card of the inner child. And so it seems that when you're able to kind of go there and see yourself as like in the purest sense of your higher self, then that's what's going to really amplify your esteem as well. So it's not just about the quality of people in your space. That is helping this, but this is going to contribute to your esteem, your belief that you can do it, the belief that you can overcome. The things that you're able to create are all coming from you kind of being broken down. Like, that is really something that's been helping. And that's something that's already passed. Now you're in the rebuilding, you're into looking ahead and moving forward. And this is the framework in which you're doing that. Okay, and then we also have the King of Cups. Emotional and energetic availability are the essence of what is going on in your identity and your ego right now. Is more of that feeling of, I'm able to connect, I have the capacity, I'm able to own this within myself. That is really, really potent for you in the month of June. And so I think that that's being also, you know, amplified by how much connection you can have. This is great, especially if you're looking to manifest a partner, or if you're in a partnership. It's all about connection is giving you energy this month, okay? So that it's like you're available for that. And these are all feeding off of each other. So you look really solid in June. Even if things feel shaky or uncertain, it looks really, really solid. I I haven't even had an itch to clarify anything. I would like to clarify the Six of Cups. I feel like I went on a rant there. So let me see. The High Priestess. So yeah, it's more of the higher self, the intuitive self that's coming down, right? So it's more, sometimes we have the bottom up processing. Like if there's a lot of trauma here, then that can bleed into everything else. If you have Aries in your chart, you'll see that it's more of the bottom up. But for this, it's like top down. You're leading with your higher self. You're really able to come from a place of deep, deep, deep alignment. And I think that that has been kind of cloudy for Leos for quite a while, at least in my readings, you know, because I can remember sometimes like the trajectory of the signs that I'm reading. And so for you guys, it's been like really work heavy, really like process oriented. And so this is finally like you're getting a breath of fresh air in June. And then this is the higher self coming through. Temperance, yep, balance. Well done. Like that has just been, like that has been a long time coming for Leos. Like it took quite a while to get here, like a few months. Like that's been the big project of yours, is like, how can you achieve that? And it's finally coming through for you. So this is the best reading I've seen so far. So congratulations. I still have other signs to do, but it does look really, really grounded. This is a great time to just enjoy yourself. I honestly, I don't want, aside from like the resource aspect where it's like, okay, figure out like if you need to make a tweak or what you need to pour energy into, input, output. Whatever it is you're looking to create. So, you know, and this also includes partnership. If that's something you want, you can cultivate it. It's starting with, you know, a vision, looking at how much you're investing into that aspect of your life, and what you're doing on a day-to-day to make that happen for yourself. But otherwise, enjoy yourself this month. Play, have fun. Don't worry about it. You know, life is happening for you right now. If you can prevent yourself from future tensing so much, it's going to be a kick-ass month. I can almost guarantee that. It doesn't mean obstacles aren't going to come up, but it looks really, really great for you. Okay, moving on. So now I'm going to move into the timeline. We'll see what's coming up for you. I'm not sure if I explained first quarter, second, third, and fourth quarter. So where you start the month, where you end the month of June. Let's see what's coming through for Leos in the first quarter. Dreamer of Tomes. Okay, so this is Pentacles. I don't remember. I think this is the page. I think. I don't remember. All of the suits and the... I'm blanking on the word. They're all mixed up in this deck. So I don't remember exactly, but this is about really focusing on cultivation. That's the word that's coming up. I'm going to clarify this because this is going to translate different for everybody. Stability and resources, because this is grounding, right? This is earth energy. It's going to be different for everybody. So I want to get a little bit more context on that. Eight of Rods, forward movement, right? I think the phrase that goes along with that is like love coming in. And that is what I would say is you really need to have a solid foundation to move forward with all of that. And that's what you're doing. It's like you're really building things and structuring things so that you can have a lot of forward movement and progression in relationships, because the relational piece is going to like really amplify the way you meet your needs in this lifetime. Okay, and then in all versions of relationships, remember that. Okay, quarter two, we have the Star. Yep, you're heading in the right direction. So I would say take this month to play. take this month to really enjoy yourself, especially if you've been working hard, aside from all of like the, you know, the material things that you do need to take care of and the responsibility stuff, you know, all the boring adult stuff. Aside from that, you have a strong sense of direction this month. You don't have to like charge ahead and overdo it and overexert yourself. You don't have to do any of it. Like, you totally get to sit in this nice little paradise called June and just chill out. Like, I don't even want to tamper with this because it just looks so solid for you. And then we have the Explorer of Bells. I think this is the Knight of Swords. I'm going to clarify this one as well, because this is more about your ideas. There's a big reference to the 6th chakra, where you see your next steps and how you see your next steps. And we have the 2 of Swords. So it's, you know, the frustration comes in with this card, the Explorer of Bells, when it's like, you know, I have this big thing that I want to do. I have this thing that I want to make happen, but it's the how. It's the how am I going to cultivate those resources? How am I going to make it happen? And there's a lot of things that you're not going to know. It's like, there's plain and simple, you're not going to have all the answers ready to go, and you are going to be challenged to kind of just like take some risks this month, just to explore the, you know, explore uncharted territory, whatever that is for you. So that's going to show up different for everyone as well. And then wrapping up the month of June, we have Explorer of Vials. There you go. It's that emotional availability. It's that like, I have a really clear idea of what I want. I have a really clear idea of how I want this to be. And then it just looks like you kind of step into it. There doesn't even need to be any efforting. It really does flow. So you finally meet the point where you don't have to over-intellectualize it for it to work for you. It just flows for you. So, you know, that looks really, really good. It looks really solid. It looks empowering. Good month. Seriously good month. It's all happening. You have the Star, you have Divine Timing. All good cards showing up for you. Okay. So I'm going to do a 3-card pick. You guys know the drill unless you are new to my channel. You can pick a card before I pull them or after I pull them, or, you know, ask a question, don't ask a question. It's totally free form. Whatever you want to do with these cards is up to you. Okay. Card number 1. The Devil. Where are you feeling stuck? And what is your belief system around it? That's the big question. The Devil is representative of the shadow self or the hedonistic self, more of the id that kind of wants to run rampant. The shadow self isn't a bad guy. Like, it's not, you know, a negative part of yourself. It's just a part of you that needs attention. So whatever pains are showing up, whatever discomfort arises, that's the point in which you can say, okay, what am I not feeding? What am I missing? What needs attention? What desire needs to be met? And when you start leading with those questions, that's going to die down. So you don't have to worry about it. This is inviting you to really pay attention to where you feel that you either have a sticky mindset, limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and all that other stuff. Card number 2, we have the Knight of Swords, moving forward with your ideas. I would say that you're not going to have to give this a lot of effort. it's going to happen organically. So there's no reason to think yourself into a tailspin, and there's no reason to overexert yourself. This is very easily and organically going to blossom for you. So you can just hold on to the vision, and this is more going to be you saying yes to the right things this month. Card number 3, Knight of Pentacles. This is more of the material that you are working with, the resources, the responsibility stuff is, it looks solid. So this is actually showing up, this one came up as more of an advice card. This is showing up as a reminder, like, hey, you've got it. You've got it. You've got access to the money, the resources, the time. It's all around you at any given moment. It's just about whether or not you see it. Okay, so allow yourself to see it, and that's going to be one of the biggest things that can help you this month. Okay, so that is all that I have for you today, Leo. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell so that you can get notifications of when I put out readings. And until next time, have a beautiful June, and all of the links to work with me, all of the decks that I've used, all of that is listed in the description box. So make sure you check that out if you want to get a hold of me or follow me on another platform. And until next time, I will talk to you later.